my background was writing business plans and creating strategy for different companies, particularly to get capital. And I would tell them the same thing. I said, you got to start, how much money do you want to make in what time frame? Let's start with those hard variables. And then I would actually write a phase in the middle and say, okay, this is our failure phase. Let's say it's 6 months. We're getting ready to fail our butt off. And they said, well, why? And I said, because we have to. Everything's a hypothetical. We got to go to the streets and beta test this stuff, figure out what's working, what's not, refine, tweak, and move almost on a daily basis, which is pretty scary. Not everybody can go without the wire, but it's absolutely necessary. A big problem that I've seen is there's so much, not only misinformation, but there's information out there that really supports both sides. I mean, you read this book and it's saying, you know, don't eat carbs or don't eat any meat's bad. You know, or even basic healthcare things that you can do proactively. Here's what you can do. This book says the exact opposite. So how do you know what to follow? I mean, there's so much misinformation.
And that's where we are. We're right on top of that wave on a surfboard, and we're either going to ride it into the shore or we're going to fall off. I mean, that's the spot we're in medicine right now.
You know, I really want to make sure that I hit that 1 million mark before I'm 16. Because, you know, a lot of people say they made $1 million when they're, you know, 16, 17. Yeah. But I want to make it before.
25. Yeah. You know, you could, but 16, man, oh my gosh, I can't tell you what a mess I was at 16 years old.
If it doesn't hurt, it's just not worth it. Yeah. And I think that's a message I've taken away in both business and in running. I mean, push until it hurts. It's supposed to hurt, right? If you're not hurting, if you're not continually expanding the limits, you don't know how far you can go, right? I mean.
Yeah, and I think so many entrepreneurs especially, you know, they'll have a vision and then they'll start towards that vision, and as we know, going towards that vision, you're going to experience a lot of pain and discomfort. You're going to experience getting knocked down. You're going to take your share of bloody noses. And so many times when they're enduring that pain, they start second guessing the vision. Instead of saying, maybe I need to look at my strategy, they start looking at the vision again and saying, is this still going to work? And I think that the point you've made over and over again is a lot of success seems to be, at least your success is being able to get to a place where you almost have become comfortable with discomfort.
It literally wrote itself. I don't know how to describe it, but I mean, I think it wasn't cerebral. It comes from what I call a lizard brain, which is back here in the back of your neck. And the thoughts just go right through this brain and onto these 10 fingers and onto the keys without going through the process. And Joe Heller once told me that Catch-22 wrote itself for him. Now, I don't know whether to believe him or not, but I know that Gump did, and I think it never happened before, and I don't think it'll happen again.
Well, and I know they say if you love what you do, you don't work a day in your life, and certainly I know that's probably true with you. I could just see talking with you, you love writing.
It beats hell out of work.
The most important word in business success is the word ask. You have to ask customers to buy. You have to ask for appointments. You have to ask for credit. You have to ask for business loans. You have to ask. But the joke that we say is the role of the small business owner is to ask people for money. Give me your money. And give them a good reason for them to give you their money.
It was a rough trip. I got sick the day we were heading over. We had plans to go to Venice and Rome and Germany, and we wound up getting into Germany, and then I pretty much was in bed saying, I gotta stick it out.
So is your wife like me, where she doesn't act like she's angry that you've ruined the whole vacation, but inside she's like...
At first, she was like, so are you coming? A little sample for the audience? Because I know you still got it, I could tell.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. That's what it takes.
I went to a tent and you only got to sing for like 10 seconds. I waited 12 hours to sing 10 seconds, but like that 10 seconds like changed my life
10
forever.
10 seconds is just,
yeah. And like after that, once I got the golden ticket, you know, to go to the next round.
Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, Hollywood.
What still drives you? I mean, you know, obviously you've lived up to your name. You've sold over 28 million records. And so certainly you've lived up to the name, but after all the...
I should have saved the money, who knew, huh?
You've toured, you've gotten the Grammy on the mantle. I don't know if you keep it on the mantle. You've
on my piano.
On your piano.
Yeah.
And so you just continue. I know it's not about the money for you. You really love music and you're out there.
This is what I do.
That's what you do. Yeah. I interviewed Dr. John recently, and he's up 70s, I think. And he said, I'll die on stage. I mean, he just loves it, you know?
You know, Les Paul was playing in his 90s, a weekly gig. If I make it to 90 and I have a weekly gig, I'd be very happy.
right, well, thank you very much, guys. Woo, they got me playing. That's our show tonight. Don't forget to get involved in your local community. Be forgiving of others. Good night, everybody.